So now the timing is earlier. You wait. Yeah. And can you improve? That's not the best. Then you don't get the impact. What is wrong? You take your hand from. Big is energy. So you are afraid against ski. Using his hands. Slow. Right hand. Left. Draw his energy out. Forward. But other hand is also important. Often his feet come up when he throws his, you take it and take it. Preventing that accident. Two hands. Okay? In case you get stuck here. Again, this hand, other hand is useful as a tool. So extend out two hands. Hey, yeah. Huh? Very good. Get your body. Don't hit too hard so many times. One, more contact. One, that's right. Okay? You don't want to get hurt, right? Right. One, two. As gentle as possible. One, two. Feeling is absorb his attack. Absorb. One. Footwork. What's this? Huh? There's no crash. As it is. All right. Then exercise. Are you ready? No. This time. Shift your weight. Shift your weight. Dialogue. Every hand. Okay, you get this. Other day. Remember? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Okay. Hey. That's what the trick is. Remember? This time is different. Direct. No. Here foot. Go. Step forward. Only here. Direct. Across your chin, slowly. Previous. Okay? Slowly. Previous one, forward. This one. Move. Strike chin, across chin dialogue. Hey. Rotate. Fist. Cross the chin. Hey. Forget about that. Okay? Not yet. No. Abdomen is applied against back of the neck at the moment. Yeah, as it is. This side. Sometimes you get stuck here and right against my this again can be dangerous technique, so we need to go step by step. So let your partner aware of what's happening. Grab your hand, pressure against the neck, bottom neck, down. Right, please. Because you get stuck this one. If you don't get stuck, why don't you finish fighting? Sometimes it gets stuck for some reason. Yeah. So this is one. Down. Grab the bottom of the neck. As you do, drop this hand, just get loose. You see? Oh. Don't try to work on this one first before you fix his head. Head down. Oh. Yeah, then. Yeah. Rub your own hand. There's no belly there. Straight. Beautiful. Yes. Good. Yes, sir. It's only separation, huh? And turn your hip. Bring his elbow, joint, expose right foot. Swing your back, your hip backwards. Don't drop yourself. Very careful. Yes, watch it on top, gentle, turn, bring. Turning, no tenkan. If you do tenkan, create gap between two bodies. Wow, stick together. Okay, no raising his elbow. Okay, forwards. By turning your hips forwards. Land. You see it? See? In between thumb and end. Oh. Up. You see? One, you got to relax here, okay? One, forwards. Look, elbow to elbow, ready. Focus. Huh? Bang. Stretch his arm. Forwards. Time. Wow. Impact is given backwards. Okay, you can grab your own wrist or wrist. Under, top, drum is tight. Watch how I stretch. Whoa. Wow. Did you see it? Try your best. Don't raise his elbow. look like this. Now this is a preparatory exercise against ski. Wow. But ski is moving forward, right? Elbow is not raised. That's what it is. In order to bring the arm right into your chest, go. You see, already turn. Elbow is against elbow. Little slow. Especially effective this kind of strike. Because turning there. So you have the hand turning up and bring it into your chest. And swing your hip back gently. Right, contact. Twist. Oh. No tenkan. Okay, grab it. Right, turn. One. Penetration, turning like a crook. How much I can here? One. Grab each other. Establish contact. Two hands. One. Two. Reduce. Unlike. Over. And then stick. Relax serious. Then you have a cushion. See? Drop your stomach flap. No more. Right? That's type of gimme now. It's only preparatory exercise against skin. Here, retreat, move, establish contact inside. You see that? Take the hand grab, your hand. Your hand down. Sit together. You have to relax and work completely relaxing. Sit together. Slow, for beginners purpose. Breathe. 1, 2. 4. Hey, tenderness in the hand. 4. See? If you turn it well, relax. 4. No? Sorry? As many as you want. Then if you want. So don't be stiff. Heavy hand. Heavy hand. I strike slowly. Whoa. Whoa. Never leave, my hand never leave from his arm. Tongue like a snake. You understand? For that you need relaxation, too tight. Right? See? How relaxed it is? That's right. It's a basic stance. You don't have to throw like this sometimes or directly like this. It's a basic stance. It's not a matter of faster or slower. Defensive position. Alternately, or depending on my view. Sometimes my penetration may be smaller as it is, or maybe bigger. All depending on how I feel, there's no fixed theory. And finishing the discussion also with no fixed way of doing it, or depending on how he expresses, how I can manage to create the balances to be anything can change. Begin. My energy and his energy does not conflict each other. The same as. Energy is moving towards same direction. So you have to lead your own body. The way you don't conflict each other. From here is also important. Lots here. Many of you I see goes down like this. Now again, your energy is moving that direction. It is moving that direction. This is the name. Okay? Especially when you encounter big guys, you can't imbalance you. You'll be imbalanced by his weight, in toward you. The way you have to move, direction you have to move. No way to receive his weight. Always then. You see? That's how you end up. His body weight is gaining toward and he tries to reverse. That's why you end up with strength all the time. I don't receive anything. Change your foot. This is the Aikido technique for the summer. Slow, gentle. Okay, footwork. As you see. Slide down toward the corner. And lift, hit it. Hit. And slide. Then top. Hey! Left foot forward. Don't change it. This time, change your feet. Change the position. Same feet, soft. As it is. Hand over the head. Hand work, sliding. Come my feet. Rolling back nicely. first. 그럼 도시주기 positive moving left. And move ahead. Outside of it. And forward. Then on top of it down. Get on. Down. Otosu is to drop. In order to drop the jaw downwards, you have to raise other side. Leaning forwards. Okay? I try. This side. 1, 2. Initiate attack. 1, 2. Watch carefully, sorry. 1, 2. Is it? Two. Is it? Yes, right. 오늘 시간은 나다사리 적용하는 must get another one more. I stop for the sake. 逆転。順転、逆転。順転、you cannot do 回転。逆転 only。2、3。As I turn my jaw, I actually hit his wrist. That's what meant to be. But unless he has a protector, I can hit. So I just, on purpose, I miss it. Okay? That's 7, 8, 10. Oh, take it back. Okay? Step back. Okay? Fast turn the heart. Faster and calm. Variation number 2. Right, one, 2 angles. Slow, variation too. Now 1 minute, we can place it in cover.はい、スウェーデン。はい、残。スタンスこれで見えます。はい、ツーエンド。はい。はい。そういう感じです。When you look down, hand must be raised in the head, like a push. Thereafter, thrust downwards. Okay? No? Junte, then thrust. No more thrust. No. Don't mix up. Thrust, yes. Junte. No. Drop. No. When you knock his jaw down, hand must be raised. Thereafter, up. As it is. No. That's right. Extension of jaw toward his jaw as he comes. Positive extension. Right. Again, it's difficult if you make the movement. Ending, finishing with thrusting. Regular, normal thrusting. Right? Junte. As name, Junte. Just this one, Junte. No, take it down, moment is finished. Then no, that's what it's again. That's right. As you look down, raise the hand, right hand, and put your head. That's it. Put it there. No more stress. Okay, finish. Raise your hand as you knock it down. Raise your right hand on top of your head. Raising your hand, by raising your hand, you drop the other end of the jaw down. Pressure, give it down. Okay? The purpose of raising your hand is knock it down. Thereafter, finish with thrusting. Of course, you can do other things, like in Toshizuki, but this is a variation. You have to learn lots of different possibilities. This is one of the possibilities. Aikido. 1, 2. Let's drop. Okay?逆手。順手。ネームで順手以上です。 本面回転回収です。はい、上にカウンターする。タップファースト、パー。ナンバー2。上にカウンターする。はい、次です。Good. That triangle. Seven. I think it's okay. Relation 2.はい、次。Wait. Right, swing. About 7. Begin with this initial attack, push up, and deeper. Right, just 200. The mic. 9, 10, 11. Rest. Done. Three, 9. Initial thrusters, 2 shots. This is more. You're not reaching right here. That's why the mark, the next stage, from right. It's a different. Number 12, head up. Okay, you see that? Running. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, 4. You always move with his center. Whoa. Like a fishing, you know? Fishing, you always go like this. End of the pole, never leave from the center. Then you will be defeated by fish. Yes, it's a big, I'm talking about big fish, you know? That's this slowly. 1, okay, square it. 2, again, center. Oh. Never let your jaw go away from your center. Okay? Hey. Typing jaws. Combination of 2 techniques. So previously the exercise you did, 2 kaiten touches, right? Slowly. 2, 3, 4. This time, 巻き落とし、1、2、3、4。
I'll get round the back in a minute.
Still up. No, why not? Come on.
Right, some at the back. Would you like to go inside, please? Right at the back. I can't see some of them. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Have you enjoyed summer school?
Yes, very much so. It was nice weather on top of that, and it was my first visit to Great Britain without having any rain.
Yeah, it's about the first year we've had that there hasn't been any
Must
rain.
be so.
Yeah, it's getting better all the time. So, as you know, we've collected questions from students at summer school. We had a great deal of response, but we've tried to cut the questions down and keep them relatively simple. And a lot of people are interested in the reasons why you actually started Aikido, how you first heard of it, and what made you decide to practice, and if you had any aspirations at that time, and if those aspirations have changed or if they've in fact been fulfilled yet.
Well, if I'm going to answer for that question, going to be long story, you know. But to make it short, I trained in judo and karate before I started Aikido, and I somehow became disappointed with those 2 hours that I studied prior to Aikido. And I was looking for something else that satisfies my quest. That was I was 18 years old, and I was wandering downtown Tokyo, and I came across one of the bookstores. There I found one of the Aikido book published first time by Kishomaru. The author was Kishomaru Ueshiba Sensei, and supervised by O Sensei. And there I saw in the first page the small picture of O Sensei, and I looked at it, and I knew that he's going to be my master. I did have no idea. I never seen Aikido before. It didn't make any difference. I knew it, and I'm confident that he's going to be my master. So I bought a book, took it home and read through all. Didn't make sense to me anything, you know, because I never known what Aikido before. But it said Aikido was only taught very selected member of martial arts society and military society before the war. And it said that in order to become a student of under Ueshiba Sensei, you need to have introductory letter from at least 2 people, well-known people. Otherwise, you will not be accepted. But that was a story before the war. So I had a hope that if I do my best sincerely to approach to Ueshiba Sensei, I might be accepted. So that's what I did. It was, if I remember correctly, it was February 3rd, 1958. I left home and went to see O Sensei at Hombu Dojo, same location as it is now. And I applied interview. But he was not there. I didn't know that he lived in Iwama at that time. But anyway, I asked to interview, but it was rejected. I repeatedly gone back for interview, begging for interview, but repeatedly rejected. So I had no choice but sit down in front of Hombu Dojo for 3 days. That was middle of winter. It was very cold. My mother gave me, she knew that it was going to be a very hard task for me to get through this procedure, you know. So she gave me lots of clothes to wear and lots of rice balls. So that helped me. And at the end of toward end of the 3rd day, you see, I was going to sit. I determined to sit there for 3 days only. And if I failed on that, and if my request was not met, I was going to leave.
That was just, you just decided on that time period yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do if, 3 days sitting in front and asking, begging, and nothing happens. well, I did best, But it was really fortunate that O-sensei came to Hombu Dojo at his regular visit from Yama to Tokyo at the end of third day. And staff of Hombu Dojo told him that there was a young guy sitting in front of the dojo, never moved for 3 days, and his request was to become Uchideshi. So, O-sensei said, bring him in, I'd like to see him. That was the first time I saw him. I remember it as clear as yesterday. I sat in the corridor outside of his room, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he said, young man, you know that to be martial artist is going to be very, very hard training for years and years. Are you willing to take that adventure? I said, yes, sir. I have no problem with that. That was what I was looking for. And he looked at me and said, okay, you stay here. It's only a matter of, say, 5 minutes, That was how I became Uchideshi Hombu Dojo.
Did you ever have any regrets when you were training?
Oh, yes. So many times. How many times I thought how many times I became so, what you say in English? Disillusioned, Disillusioned and unhappy, exhaustion, close to nervous breakdown. And actually I left Hombu Dojo twice. When I was Uchideshi, I was thrown out first time. And the second time I left, I had a bitter argument with Hombu Dojo officer, staff. And I said, I had enough, I'm leaving.
Dare we ask why you got thrown out?
Some of you guys know us. But what kept me, I don't know. What kept me going. It's really strange. Perhaps most strong reason was my connection, my attachment, my loyalty, my feeling toward O-sensei. Just saved me.
Did you take gradings at Hombu Dojo in the same way as we do today?
I never take. No one Uchideshi had taken any grades.
Did the teacher continuously assess you as a student?
Teach?
How were different downgrades awarded if there were no grading tests?
O-sensei said, yes, you are young down.
Yeah. Just from your everyday practice.
Yes, and sometimes there is a promotion once every year at Hombu Dojo. In January, in New Year's time, and all of a sudden you see your name up there. Am I? We never interested in grade anyway. Our interest is to master the art,
What's been the greatest influence other than O-sensei on your Aikido life? Because obviously you've said, through the difficulties, it was just the thought of him that kept you going. Is there anything else that has been an influence on your Aikido or any other person?
Well, I think again, my love, my attachment toward martial arts, since I was very little, I was kind of a kid who loves to fight and who loves to, go through that kind of adventure. And for instance, when I left Hombu Dojo after I exchanged the bitter argument with Hombu Dojo. I left. I packed up myself and gone back home. I was so released, I was so happy being Hombu Dojo left behind. And I went home and I had 2 days sleepless night because there's no smell of sweat in my sweet home, We all just slept at Hombu Dojo on the mat. So when you sleep, the strong smell of sweat, all the time.
Was it Sensei who slept in your dojo?
We were just sweating our dojo.
No, I think you once slept in Tony and Stella's dojo and it smelled good.
And I think, altogether, I think my heart toward martial art is the most important force that kept me going. Well, of course, besides that, I saw so many fine masters beside O-sensei, and those teachers have given such influences, and they really encouraged me also.
Sensei, you described that you practiced other martial arts before Aikido. How do you feel about students practicing other martial arts at the same time as Aikido?
Well, I did not practice same time. I think it will be very difficult to master Aikido if you practice with martial art at the same time. Well, my experience I had in Judo and Karate helped a great deal to understand Aikido better.
Would you like to see Aikido generally worldwide as popular as Judo and Karate? Or do you think that as a martial art it could lose something by being very popular?
Well, I have a mixed feeling to it. I think Aikido is being a noble art, I think this nobility of art must be preserved for the future to come. And with that, I think popularization of Aikido has certain limitations as to compare Judo or Karate or other martial art. And I like to keep Aikido as much as noble as it has been.
We were told that O-sensei wanted to keep Aikido relatively close and for high-ranking people, and that Doshu encouraged it to be opened up generally to people.
Yes.
And how did you feel about that at the time? And do you think that it's been
I understand both point of views, and of course they both belong to different generations and different times. I respect O-sensei's view, keeping Aikido as much as close as noble and within limited people. On the other hand, I understand that Waka-sensei, President Doshu, the wish to popularize Aikido as much as possible, because he strongly believes that Aikido is beneficial toward the human society.
Does Aikido relate traditionally to Buddhism or Shintoism? And is there more emphasis on the spiritual side of practice in Japan?
Well, as you probably know, that O-sensei was very devoted Shintoist, and his religious master, was famous priest of Shinto, named by Deguchi Nisadoro from Omoto Shinto section. So naturally, there was a very strong tendency, color of the Shintoism within O-sensei's teaching. And although he never forced anyone to accept his religious belief through Aikido training, but he always expressed his feeling and his love toward God and his complete faith toward God. And And he always said to us, if you want to complete your study in art, in the art of Aikido, you must have faith. In other words, religion. Whereas since his interpretation of Shinto teaching, it was very complicated. As you may all know, as you probably know that there are 8 million gods in Shintoism. And just to remember the name of God, is so difficult. And every phenomena and every movement in the universe are taken by a certain name of God. So, especially like myself, belong to the generation after the war. And after the war, Japanese educational system has been completely changed from the previous generations. And there's no such education ever given after the war. So what Osensei tried us, what Osensei were trying to teach us was completely foreign to me. So instead, it was my choice. I went Zen Buddhism, and that was my side training. Of course, I went through lots of Shintoism training also, purification exercise, what we call the misogi. But again, that didn't satisfy me enough, so I secretly went to Zen Buddhism.
And how much does that influence your Aikido?
Very much so.
And do you think that a spiritual approach is necessary in the martial arts?
Well, question is necessary or not, do you have to have faith because it's necessary? Do you have to believe God because of its necessity? It's something very natural,
I think people's concern in this way is also a reflection of the difference in Eastern and Western attitudes to life, and wondering if, as Westerners, there is something that we maybe aren't in touch with, and if we could be better practitioners of Aikido.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And develop perhaps more spiritually in that way, but we're restricted by our Western beliefs, maybe. Sometimes.
Well, I don't think, say, for instance, Christianity is, universal religion, and practicing Christianity, I don't think anything contradictory like Aikido principle.
A lot of people have asked about O-Sensei, and all the first generation students that were taught by him, they're so different in their own practice. Do you think that Aikido will progress through different people's interpretation?
I think so. I have seen those differences with my own eyes. Those first generation students taught by O-Sensei before the war, in the middle of the war, after the war, and as O-Sensei progresses himself and changes his teaching style, and it makes so different by the time the time whether he was student before the war, after the war,
Yeah. And do you think that today's students of Aikido can ever fully appreciate the art, never having seen O-Sensei?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Well, it is rather different what O-Sensei was like. For instance, from myself, But I think some of most important feeling and techniques that what makes Aikido has been transmitted to our generations.
And people have asked how O-Sensei's teaching was different from the teaching we have today. and in particular the feeling is that maybe the teaching in Japan at Hombu Dojo is more visual, and that Westerners demand more verbal and technical explanation. Is it completely different the way we receive teaching to the way O-sensei used to teach?
But if you are talking about particular O-sensei's teaching style, I don't think so, because he gave lots of lectures, lots of lecture on Shintoism and how Aikido was born with the name of God and motion such as Kototama principle. Kototama principle is, as I have told you on the matter earlier, that each Japanese word carries certain spirit and certain significance of the So, say for instance, if he gives 1 hour class, 45 minutes was lecture on that, and 15 minutes is exercise, like, But generally speaking, you are right. Generally speaking, that most Japanese martial art disciplines that conducted in Japan is very strict. There are rarely oral explanation. We have to watch and sit and learn and train. That's about it.
Have women been practicing Aikido as long as it's been done? And what's the highest grade amongst women in Hong Kong?
Wow, that I don't know. I have been away from dojo and I never look at that record. I would say probably 5th, 6th down were there. In my time there were only very little women practitioners, about, as far as I know, about half a dozen.
And also, are there any women ukidachis? And would it be possible for a woman to be an ukidachi? Because it seems...
Where?
Anywhere in the world.
I should think so. Why not?
It always seems that ukidachis are the ones that are chosen are physically strong and fit and male.
I don't think so. I have, say, for instance, kenshus, I have about 4 or 5 kenshus in San Diego. Women kenshus.
Could you explain a little more to us about the kenshusei
program?
Fukushindan and Shidoin system, is the hierarchy of Aikido?
Well, in my organization, in our the USF Western Division, we have kenshusei, Shidoin, Fukushidoin, and Shihan system. Shihan is, of course, those who are promoted up to 6-star. So, in order to encourage American students to go through this training, to be a professional or semi-professional teacher, I have a program in my dojo named a system called Kenshusei. It's Advanced Teachers Program. And they have to go through a number of years, number of practice required per month, number of seminar or courses to be attended per year, very strict. And within each stage, they have to take the examinations. And presently, kenshusei I have in my dojo is 15 hours per week. That's minimum requirement. But most of my kenshusei go take class about 140 hours per month.
How important do you feel weapon training is in Aikido, and is it necessary to practice weapons to become a good Aikidoka?
Well, again, that question is strange to me. It's not necessary or not. I was taught by O-sensei. I knew it, and I studied. I investigated. I put lots of effort to it based on what I was taught, and there I am, no?
Yeah. do you feel that you're better at Aikido if you have an understanding of weapon? Do you feel you have a better understanding of Aikido by practicing Boken and Jo than if you didn't do any at all?
Well, look at this way then. I am not blaming, I'm not criticizing anybody, but within most standard requirement for the examination in Aikido includes against weapons.
I think.
Do you agree?
Yeah, that's it.
And in order to deal against sword attack or jaw attack, you should have knowledge of weapons. And without giving instruction on that, how can one possibly, meet requirement of the examination? It is self-contradiction.
I think this concern's been voiced sometimes by people who haven't got access to weapons classes. That's obviously something in the system that needs to be made accessible to them.
A question we've got from some of the university teachers about university students in Japan, because we've heard there's a lot of students practice Aikido in the university system. They wonder if we have the same problems that they have here with long holidays and exams taking a lot of the students' time, and also with the students really having a short-term Aikido lifespan of sort of 3 years. The instructor doesn't sort of get many students to progress longer than that.
Well, Japanese universities Aikido curve, I think, lots different from here. Their devotion to study as well as their sportive activities incredibly high. I mean, the rule is very strict in their club, They have, if they don't attend certain grades, they will be thrown out.
Yeah.
And if they don't come to summer school, inter school, spring school, week long, and they can't be accepted as members.
Yeah. Do you feel that students should keep a written record of the classes to help them in their future as teachers?
I think I advise my students to keep a diary, and that was from my own experience. I kept my record all the time, and I have lots of information in it, even drawings, pictures, and footwork, and it gives me really good feedback, and you can really see how much change has been taking place,
Yeah. Have you ever been tempted using these notes to write a book about Aikido?
Not yet.
And do you prefer to teach a large class like a summer school, or do you prefer a small class?
I like to have both exposure. Large school as a general class, as well as small class for limited beginners or limited advanced students, So I can give more personal attention to practitioners. And large class that has advantages, mixed class, so the beginners learn from the senior students, senior learn also from beginners and it lacks of personal attention because of the numbers are large. But as long as something, aspiration, what you call aspiration, if there's aspiration, someone may be able to see it.
And there's a nice atmosphere as well in a summer school and a special course. How do you personally train yourself and develop the Aikido that you teach us?
Presently? Well, anything I do, I consider my training, even drinking, fishing, sleeping. There's no difference between what I do.
Yeah, because people have asked about your daily routine. Do you still find it necessary to train every day?
Most important, my meditation comes first thing. meditation, breathing exercise. And of course I teach about 3 hours, 4 hours a day. And there are a lot of paperwork I do for the organization I'm conducting. Articles and so forth.
Working on your book.
No, not yet.
And do you feel that enough emphasis is placed in this country on breathing exercises?
Mm-hmm.
And we should just follow the examples that you give us on the summer school courses?
Well, the Aikido technique, Aikido exercise, the way we practice itself is breathing exercise already.
Yes.
Breathing doesn't necessarily do through your mouth or nose only, breathing through all parts of your body, hands, foot, chest, everything. That's what Aikido is.
Is it possible, in your view, Sensei, to integrate Aikido teaching with a full-time job and an everyday domestic life, or do you think that to be a true professional you should be able to do Aikido full-time, Aikido teaching full-time?
No, I'm not with you.
Do you think it's possible to teach Aikido properly on a part-time basis if someone has a full-time job and they're teaching, say, in the evenings? Or do you think it's necessary to dedicate your whole career?
Well, question is, I don't think it's simple as that, I think it's depending on the quality or depth of knowledge, understanding, experience of the person. Whether he works without a job or not, I don't think it's really matters, and willingness to give that knowledge.
Yes. Do you ever intend to retire from Aikido, or do you mean to practice as long as you can?
I like to retire right now.
We're not trying to get rid of you.
Nobody will let you know.
So that's it. That's your answer to that one.
That's all?
No. A few people have asked us why you left Britain when you did, after you built up such a sort of large following and went to America.
Left us.
I never left you.
We should have come with you, should we say?
First, to begin with, I came here to this country with 3 years, for the 3 years. Then I extended 2 years, 2 years. I thought 5 years should be enough, to build up certain foundation for Aikido in this country. So 5 years went by. No, I couldn't live. Few more years, repeatedly, extended, and it took 10 years. And I saw, I might be wrong, but I saw that foundation was laid down. So it's it's time for me to go back to my own country and carry on my study.
Teaching in America, do you find that there's a lot of difference in the way that Americans and British practice?
No, I don't think so.
And do you think that any of your students will ever be better than you at Aikido? Do you find this is a difficult situation as a teacher, or do you think it's possible? Better at Aikido than you? Do you ever think any of your students that you're teaching at the moment could ever be better than you one day?
Oh yes, sure, yes. That's my purpose. Purpose of my work.
Yeah. And do your children practice Aikido? And what are your hopes for their futures in Aikido?
My children?
Yeah.
Yes, they are studying Aikido. They have no choice. It's very Japanese strictness. I don't let my children play because I don't let my children indulge themselves. You come to dojo and that's it. But I don't force. You have to practice certain hours per week. As long as they touch there is atmosphere and feeling dojo, that's good enough for me for 13 years. I never expect them to be the professional or downgrade, anything like that.
You're considered by a lot of people, especially in the United Kingdom, to be one of the greatest masters of Aikido. How do you feel about this?
I'm rather ashamed.
You're too modest to tell us something.
No, I think I am not. I am one of the pioneer of the art, and I have some power. I have some talent that I can pass on some message I got from Osese on other people, but I don't think I am a great master. I always try to be, beginner. I try to keep myself in a beginner's mind as possible. That's why I try to wear white belt all the time.
Oh, we were going to ask you about that something.
Just make sure that you don't lose beginner's mind.
It keeps a humility. How soon, if ever, do you think that all of the various Aikido organisations in Great Britain will be able to practice together?
Is it not?
Well, there are separate organisations, and even though like the summer school is open to other organisations, there are still separate bodies.
I don't know how long does it take, but if it's going to happen, let it take natural course. And of course, from our side, we do our best, but you can't force the situation, As same as technique, you have to have certain process, certain time, maturity, to make things ripe.
Yes.
Do you think that a student would need to adapt his or her Aikido as practiced in the dojo to deal with an attack in the street?
Adjust.
Adapt.
Adapt. Well, I don't know. You mean you're talking about situation in the street, huh?
Yeah.
For other self-defense?
I think people wondered whether they would just use a classical technique that they practice on
Classical
that.
technique,
Well,
yes,
yeah. This is what we've been. So the way they put it to us.
You see, under such a circumstance, technique itself is not so important. The awareness, the feeling, sensitivity toward the situation is most important. As long as you're dealing with superior technique to against somebody, there's always a limit, because there are always superior ones than you are. But as long as your awareness and your sensitivity is very sharp, you never get involved in that kind of situation. You knew it's going to happen.
Yeah. So you can avoid a conflict. Yeah. Obviously, people at all levels of practice worry about pain and injury. What's your advice on how to conquer this fear of pain? Or don't we?
Well, that's an important question, I think. Excuse me, may I have some water?
Yes,
You have to reckon that there is a healthy pain and there is unhealthy pain. And you have to accept healthy pain, and you have to reject unhealthy pain. But unhealthy pain can be turned healthy pain as well. That's what progression of the one's status through the training comes. So.
Because you've given us a lot of advice this year on UKA, and I think sometimes people express the fear of injury or the fear of pain as being a problem with UKA. It makes them stiffen up and become tense in their attack.
So that's why I have given advice to your members in the previous year that don't try to practice technique, try to understand Aikido practice as conditioning exercise to begin with, to condition your body. That means to cultivate and construct ability to deal with different and harder, increasingly harder situations. And there comes concept of harmony. You never confront with force. You have to absorb, you have to harmonize, you have to neutralize the force coming towards you. And there are always limits. If you confront whatever strong you may be, there are always limits. As long as you harmonize, there's no limit.
If injuries do occur on the mat, do you feel that an Eastern medical therapy is better at treating Aikido injuries than the Western approach?
Well, I am not. I don't have much idea what Western approach is, but since I only know Eastern way of doing it, I think better or worse. That is the only choice I have.
Yeah. I've had a couple of questions about the treatment you use. One of them is that we often see you using moxa on injuries. Do you tend to use this in preference to ice or other? You tend to use moxa on?
No, moxa is after heat is removed from the spot of injuries. Cold or ice applied to the spot of injury when there is heat still inside.
Yeah. So you use whichever's called for at the time?
Cold is first, always first, immediately. Cold first, then remove heat. I think it takes a couple of days, or depending on how serious injury is, 2 to 3 days.
Yeah.
When we're keen to practice regularly sensei, how can we develop patience without resting injuries?
Patience?
Patience.
Patience,
About resting injuries.
Well, I had myself lots of injuries, and each stage I have learned things a great deal, you know. I think it was a medal, you know, injury. Each injury was, to me, was a medal, trophy on each stages. It was so painful to, you know, watch and couldn't move and couldn't practice. That boils up inside, but that's the kind of energy you make next jump.
Which, if any, do you consider the most important of the Aikido techniques? Is the one you feel is more important than the others?
Yes, there are few. Irimi, Tenkan. Irimi first.
Yeah.
Second, Tenkan. Third, Irimi Tenkan. And Kokyuryoku.
Yeah.
These three. There are no individual techniques I take any importance, especially. But these three,
That's principle.
4, no? Irimi, Tenkan, and Kokyuryoku.
You have practices in your own dojo with downgrades not wearing the hakama. What's the reasoning behind that?
Wearing not the hakama in my
When they
dojo?
wear white belts, I think people mean sensei. When anybody who comes on the mat has to wear just white belt and the suit, and they don't wear black belt and their hat.
Oh, in my dojo, in
Yes.
San Diego.
Yes, sensei.
Again, long story, you know. When I started my dojo in San Diego, bunch of people moved from elsewhere. I didn't have much student San Diego itself, so those people moved from other states, and they already were trained people doing Aikido 10, 15 years, you know. So they had me move to San Diego, and they came to, you know, train with me. I'd say about a dozen people I had But I cannot survive with having with only 12 students or so. So we decided to have beginners class. Okay? And I told, why don't you move your Hakaman belt, pretend to be beginner, They attract some people, they get it, otherwise I can't live. So everybody take off Hakama and, pretend to be beginner. And so some 1, 2, 3 new members moved in. But these guys on my dojo never change their practice wearing. They didn't wear Hakama to the So never, I never had a good number of beginners coming to my dojo, That's how it started. But nowadays I have lots of beginners, actually too many. But I kept still tradition that when downgrades join to the beginners class, you must remove your Hakaman belt to remind you beginner's mind.
Yeah.
Once a week or, so.
Do you think that the standard of Aikido is improving worldwide? And also, when you come to summer school sensei, you give us lots of very useful constructive criticism, but people do wonder if we ever improve in your eyes or if we're doing anything right.
I think there is a personal progress in the personal levels, of course. But I think in general, as Aikido become more popular, the quality naturally suffers. And as a part of my responsibility, I try to prevent that as much as possible. And that is a very classical issue, quantity and quality matter. So it's quite natural, I think, happenings. There's no way other than to our best.
And have you got any encouragement for the people at summer school about their practice within the scope of
encouragement.
worldwide Aikido?
Yes, I think your members have such a devotions and love, commitment to our training. And I like you to, become good Aikidoist. And if there are substantial advice I can give you is you have to work on your body more precisely. Conditioning exercise through Aikido training, conditioning your body through Aikido exercise, and build up or create more what you call in English resilience. Power of resilience, not different from flexibility. Resilience, that's right.
The ability to cope with more.
That's right. Like a young fresh branch, when it is bent. Soon as pressure release, goes backwards. Huh? That kind of flexibility in your body.
Well, since you've done really well, you've managed to get through everybody's questions.
Oh.
So I hope you enjoyed them.
Thank you very much. I hope my English is understandable to the members.
That was fine. Smashing, thank you.
Thank you very much for answering our
Thank you very
questions.
much.